Welcome back, Jumpstart friends. So today we are going to read the Puddle Pail one last time with our friend Miss Tony. I hope you guys are ready to reread the story and help her remember it. Friends, today is our very last Jumpstart session. So I can see on our Jumpstart garden we have one last flower that needs to bloom. So all four of our flowers need to be bloomed, and we have one last one that needs to get onto the stem. So once it blooms all the way. So this is our very last Jumpstart session. So it's the last time we're gonna read books with you guys, but I hope you still are able to enjoy it all, Jumpstart friends. Before we dive into it, we need to go over our expectations, because just like every week, we need to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make sure we have the best Jumpstart session possible. Friends, we have to make sure that we keep our hands to ourselves. We have to make sure we use our inside voices if we are talking or answering Miss Sophia or any other Jumpstart friends. We have to make sure that if we have to get up and go anywhere, we're going to use our walking feet. We have to make sure we make good choices with whatever we are doing. We have to respect all of our Jumpstart friends and our peers that are with us. And most importantly, like I always say, it is my favorite and hopefully your favorite that we still have fun with Jumpstart. My Jumpstart friends, you are going to go and meet with Miss Naughty, and then you're going to read the story, The Puddle Pail, for the last time with Miss Tony. And I'll see you guys during Let's Find Out About It.
Hello everybody, welcome to one of our last weeks at Jumpstart, which is so sad, but it's also we had a great time. But for this last week, we are reading The Puddle Pail. Now before we get into the reading of The Puddle Pail, I want to do a little reading introduction. And I'm going to talk to you about The Puddle Pail. So in this book, it's about some crocodiles, and they're trying to have a collection. One of them is trying to have a collection, but the other doesn't think it's a good idea, and they have to come up with all these ideas to improve their collection. Now, today's question I have for you is, have you ever had your own ideas about something you wanted to do? I remember I wanted to play the guitar for the longest. So I had to come up with the ideas of how to find the money to get the guitar, and also how to learn how to teach myself, because I needed to be my own teacher. I didn't have a teacher to teach me. So I had to find videos on YouTube and listen to advice from friends and family. So the question is, have you ever had your own ideas about something you wanted to do?
Hello, all my wonderful Jumpstart friends. So I'm Miss Tony, and today is a very happy and sad day in Jumpstart. So today is our last reading of The Puddle Pail, but this is also our last session of Jumpstart. So I hope you all had a wonderful time in Jumpstart this year, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your session today. So Miss Tony is going to miss working with you all, but let's be happy and let's finish the Puddle Pail and see what we can remember. So, I remember that Ernst and Sol have some interesting ideas about things to collect. Ernst collects puddles, which won't last very long. Sol thinks his brother is foolish, so he thinks his brother is very silly. We'll try and remember what goes into Ernst's puddle collection and how he makes them last as we read today. So I remember in the Puddle Pail is written by Elisa Clevin, and she is the only name on our cover, so that means that she wrote all of the words and she drew all of the pretty pictures. So let's get in and see how much we can remember about Ernst and Sol today. So I remember that Sol loved to collect things and Ernst loved to make things. So Ernst is a young blue crocodile, and Sol is his big green brother. They go to the beach, and Sol has a lot of collections. And Ernst wants to be just like his big brother, so he wants to get a collection as well. So he is going to fill his bucket or his pail with things he's going to collect, and Ernst is going to make sandcastles with his pail. So, Ernst tells his brother that he wants to start his own collection. Do you remember what advice that Sol gave his brother? So what did Sol say to Ernst about making a collection? Do we remember? That's right, Jumpstart friends. It says to collect something you really like. So Sol tells his brother, think of something you enjoy and then collect it. So they go, Ernst is thinking about what he wants to collect, and he's looking up and he thinks, what do I want to collect? Do you remember some of the things that Ernst wants to collect and he told his brother? Those are some good ideas, Jumpstart friends. But I remember one idea was the clouds, and Sol didn't think that was a very good idea because you can't collect clouds from the sky. So then Ernst says stars. But Sol says you can't collect stars either. So some of the things he suggests are starfish, star-shaped butter cookies, star-shaped chocolate cookies, and star-shaped cherry cookies. So Jumpstart friends, I would guess that Sol really likes star cookies. So then, Ernst still doesn't know what to collect. Do you remember what his next idea is? That's right, Jumpstart friends. He decides to collect puddles. Do you remember why he wants to collect puddles? That's right, it looks like a little piece of the sky on the ground. So that really intrigues Ernst. He is really curious and wants to collect these puddles. So, do you remember what Sol thinks? Yeah, Sol doesn't think that it's a very good idea to collect puddles. He says that they're too far away or too big. You can't collect puddles. Ernst, you're really going to start a puddle collection? So he is very confused and just thinks that puddles aren't a very good collection. So Ernst doesn't listen. So Ernst goes all around town and he collects very pretty puddles. So he found a purple puddle, he found a puddle with flowers, a puddle with stripes, which is lines of color, puddles full of diamonds and squares. So diamonds have a pattern like this with 4 sides. So he finds a puddle with them and he is so happy going around. He finds a puddle with gumballs, brooms, paintings, bicycles, pretzels. He finds puddles of everything. See, bicycles, pretzels, brooms, gumballs. He is so happy. Look at that big crocodile smile. Do you remember what happens next? What does Ernst do with these puddles? Okay, let's keep reading and find out. So, Sol meets back up with him, and he shows Ernst all of the things he collected from the beach. So he collected seashells, feathers, rocks, seaweed, and a bunch of little things like a marble, a nutshell, and a plastic toy dinosaur without a head. That's pretty cool. So, Ernst shows Sol his puddle collection, and Sol says that this is just an ordinary bucket of water. So, Ernst gets a little sad because his brother doesn't really like his puddle collection. And Sol says that you can wash the sands off of my new collections. So, I think Sol is being very mean. And how does that make Ernst feel when he has his own collection and Sol says you can clean the sand off of mine with yours? I bet that makes him feel very sad, Jumpstart friends. So Ernst put the puddle down in the grass and he sees the pretty reflection of the sky in his puddle. So remember, friends, we learned about reflections in Raccoon on his own, and this is just a mirror or an image copied of the sky. So that's what Ernst sees, and that gives him an idea. Do you remember what the idea is? Okay, let's keep reading and see. So he sees the reflection of the moon and the stars here. So, what happens to the pail the next morning? That's right, a dog comes and drinks out of the puddle, and that gives Ernst an idea. So Ernst gets the idea to paint pictures with his puddle. So he paints a picture of the dog, of the flowers, of all the different patterns he saw in the puddles, of the stars, of everything he's seen. So that is how he's going to make his puddle collection work. So Ernst is really fulfilled. So he is very proud and happy of his collection. And Sol seems very impressed as well. So Sol says, "What a collection! This is so impressive with the clouds and everything." So he used a part of my puddle collection to make it. So he read all of them. So they go off to collect more things for their collections. So next up, Ernst wants to start a shadow collection. So he catches a shadow in his pail with a bucket. So maybe he'll paint a picture with his new collection, and they're going off and eating juicy blackberries in their pails. So that is the end of Puddle Pail, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it. I had an amazing time in Jumpstart this year with you, friends, and I hope that you enjoyed your time as well. So enjoy the rest of your session, and I will bid you adieu. Goodbye, Jumpstart friends.